Hey everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. On today's video, we're going to go over why we bought our donor M3 for our M3 wagon project in running driving condition that had a clean title instead of buying one with a salvage title. So one of the biggest questions we've been getting ever since we started doing this M3 wagon project is, why did you buy an M3 that didn't come from like a junkyard? There's lots of auction sites, Copart to name one, and it's not a diss to any auction site. It's actually due to the fact that the S54 engine is going for a lot of money. Now, any BMW enthusiast knows the S54 by name. The S54 B32 is a 3.2 liter straight six that produces 330 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque. It's a crazy engine, and that unfortunately means that they cost some crazy prices. Now, looking through online, eBay, and all these other used places to actually part this car together would have been more expensive than to buy one totaled. Now, the reason they're going for $6,000 to $8,000 after being wrecked and going through salvage auctions is because the engine by itself can fetch as much as $6,500. So if you bought an M3 that was wrecked with minor damage, but just enough to get it wrecked, just the engine and the transmission could make back your money, and that includes shipping it to your location or going to pick the car up. So for us, where we were looking at M3s that had been completely mangled, and they're going for $6,500 to $7,000. We were worried about major subframe damage, so we wanted to make sure we had the rear subframe, the front subframe, the steering rack, all these things that could be potentially damaged. Now, our M3 wasn't in perfect condition. That's why we were able to pick the car up without a salvage title for $6,500. The previous owner had ran it up onto a curb, it broke the front bumper, the fender was dented, he destroyed one of the wheels, part of the suspension actually came through the hood and left a hole, and the clutch was actually slipping. When we did our video racing the E46 Death Cart versus the M3, those two races that we did took the rest of the clutch away. There wasn't much there. We could feel it slipping when we drove it the first couple of times when we first picked it up, but it really wasn't that bad. And what it did for me when we were racing them was it gave me a perfect start. A little bit of clutch slip, it grabbed and then took off, but we ended up destroying the clutch. So that's why that car came to us in such bad condition. If you would have taken that $6,500 car, replace the front bumper, replace the hood, replace the fender and the clutch, if you're being nice and say that that's $1,000 a piece, you're looking at $10,000. If you're taking that in comparison to some of the other cars that are actually selling in good condition, clean title with nothing going on, it's still not a bad price, because some of these cars can be mid-teens, high teens, and if you get a low mileage one, you can see them in the 30s and the $40,000 price range, especially if you find one with a good color. These cars, the M3s, are absolutely going to be a classic, no doubt in my mind. They're just going to continue to go up and up and up as long as they are low mileage and, like I said, in good color combinations. And that really sums it all up. The S54 engine is so amazing, it just fetches way too much money on those bidding websites. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go check these websites out. Don't completely disregard them. You want to go and see what cars are selling for. If you're looking for a project car, I just know from personal experience that the M3, the E46 M3, is going through the auctions at about what you can find one that's a little bit beat up and needs some TLC. In other news, the wagon is on track to get finished. Everything is looking absolutely fantastic on the car. We're still debating on a color. We're thinking we're going to be doing a dark sapphire blue that is a stock BMW color. Pretty excited to get that done. As you can see right now, it looks like a terrible big mess, but there's really only a few components missing here on the front end to make it look more like a drivable car. So hopefully that answers everybody's questions. I know we were getting a lot of these ones. It is a good question to ask. If you have any comments or questions, you can always leave them in the comment section below. You can also ask us personally on Instagram, that is Tenza_motorsports. That way we can see it and we can respond to you. That's a little bit more private. Don't be scared to ask anything. Not everybody knows absolutely everything about these cars. I do a lot of research before all my videos to make sure that I'm giving everybody as most accurate information as I possibly can. The other thing I want to talk about today is we are doing a super clean giveaway. All you have to do to be involved in the giveaway is follow us on Instagram. Again, that is Tenza_motorsports. All of our giveaways that we're doing from here on out are going to be done on Instagram. So let's go take a look at what we're going to be giving away in just a few weeks. All right, so this is a super clean starter pack. Let's go inside and see what the winner of our giveaway is getting. All right, so first thing, we have our super clean floor absorbent. This stuff is fantastic for cleaning up any spills. If you get oil, coolant on the floor, even water, you just sprinkle this on the spill, let it sit there for a little bit, and then you're able to sweep it up. What's actually really cool about this is even after you've done a spill with the powder that's in here, because it absorbs so much fluid, you're actually able to use it several times. Next thing we got in here is our standard super clean. This is the stuff that's concentrated. You'll have to dilute this down. We've used this when we were cleaning the seats for the M3 wagon. Went through and got them all prepped and ready to go so that they could get conditioned with some leather treatment. You get another bottle. This is the super clean foaming. We used this when we were cleaning the exhaust tips. That turned out really well. I'm very happy with the way that this stuff cleans. You don't have to dilute this, but if you think it's too strong, you can. So this is the wheel cleaner. We actually use this one for doing the exhaust tips as well. I think I use a combination of a couple of these just to get the best result for those exhaust tips. We've been very happy with this, and we've actually used it for wheel cleaning, and it gets the brake dust off really well. Been very happy with that. And then one of the last things that's in here is the super clean in the can. This stuff is really cool. It does everything from cleaning brake calipers to engines, all the way down to cleaning a barbecue grill if you needed to. Very strong, been very happy with this as well. Then the last thing that's in here is your dilution chart. This allows you to look at what you're cleaning, and then you can mix it properly. This is for the concentrate, the super clean concentrate, because when it comes in that bottle, if you just use it straight up, it's very strong. For example, when we did the leather seats, if you would have done the concentrate, it could have damaged the seats. So you just look on here and it gives you some references of some other things that you can dilute to. And in here I saw upholstery, interior upholstery and stuff like that. And so that's what we mixed it to. All right, that's everything that comes in the starter pack. This will all be given away to a lucky winner here in just a couple of weeks. Again, all you have to do is follow us on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports. Hope to see you there. Thanks so much for watching the video. We'll see everybody in the next one.